Football fans, Morocco have done it again. Seriously. At this point, can somebody check if Morocco secretly knows the World Cup script? Because once again, they've knocked out another football giant. This time, the Netherlands. And honestly, if you're Dutch, you might want to avoid social media for a few days, because the memes have already started. Coming into this match, the Netherlands were favorites. Big names, big expectations, big history. But Morocco didn't care about any of that. They've built a reputation over the last few years. No fear, no panic, no respect for football's biggest names once the whistle blows. Just 90 minutes of pure determination. From the very first minute, Morocco looked like they belonged. They weren't sitting back waiting for the Netherlands to attack. They were pressing, winning tackles, counter-attacking with pace, and making Dutch defenders work overtime. Meanwhile, the Netherlands had plenty of possession, lots of passes, lots of control. But football isn't won by possession. If it was, every team would just pass the ball around for 90 minutes and call it a day. Morocco were patient. They defended together. Every block shot was celebrated like a goal. Every clearance got the fans louder. And slowly, you could see the pressure building on the Dutch players, because that's what Morocco do. They make you frustrated. They make you rush your decisions. And before you know it, you're playing their game instead of yours. Then came the breakthrough. The stadium exploded. Moroccan fans completely lost their minds. Somewhere in Casablanca, people were probably celebrating before the ball even crossed the line. And honestly, who could blame them? Every World Cup seems to create another magical Morocco moment. The Netherlands tried to respond. More attacks, more crosses, more pressure. But Morocco's defense looked like a brick wall. At one point, it felt like the Dutch were trying to score through Wi-Fi. Nothing was connecting. Then came one of my favorite football moments. The Dutch goalkeeper came forward for a late corner. Every fan knows what that means. Either you're about to witness history, or you're about to concede the funniest goal of the tournament. Thankfully for the Netherlands, it wasn't the second one. But it showed just how desperate they had become. As the clock ticked down, Morocco kept fighting. Every player ran like it was the first minute. Every tackle had purpose. Every interception felt massive. And when the referee finally blew the whistle, chaos. Absolute chaos. Players dropped to the ground. Fans were crying. The bench emptied. The celebrations were incredible, because this wasn't just another win. This was another statement. Morocco are no longer underdogs. They're contenders. And if teams still underestimate them after everything they've achieved, that's their own mistake. Now let's talk about the Netherlands. This one is going to hurt. They had the quality. They had the experience. They had the expectations. But sometimes, football simply says no. And that's exactly why the World Cup is the greatest tournament in sports. One mistake, one magical moment, one determined underdog. And suddenly a giant is going home. At this point, every big team left in the tournament is probably looking at the bracket and quietly hoping they don't have to play Morocco. Because beating them isn't just about having better players. You have to match their heart, their energy, their belief. And that's much harder than it sounds. So what did we learn today? Morocco are the real deal. The Netherlands are heading home. And once again, football has reminded us that history means absolutely nothing once the match begins. So tell me, can Morocco actually go all the way this time? Or is there an even bigger surprise waiting in the next round? One thing is certain, nobody will be calling Morocco just the underdogs ever again.